May I present to you the organization of the Jews in Bulgaria, Shalom, in general, and our women's organization, which is a part of our Jewish community. Shalom is not a very big organization, but it's so interesting Jewish community. For many centuries, there has been a Jewish diaspora on the Balkan area ever since the uprising during the reign of King Herod. In those times, the Jews were known as Romaniots. They are historical monuments which show the places in ancient Jewish habitats, such as the tombstone in the town of Vidin by the Danube River, which dates from the 2nd century of the Common Era, and the mosaics from the oldest European synagogue in the town of Plovdiv, 3rd and 4th cycle. Gradually, the Jewish community on the territory of present-day Bulgaria became successful economic entities, and their participation in the economical Bulgarian state during the medieval period became more significant. The written answers of Roman Pope, the question to the Bulgarian King Boris, who adopted officially Christianity, have been preserved until this day, and 17 of them were related to the lifestyle of the Jewish population in Bulgaria. In one of the central part of Veliko Trnovo, the medieval capital of Bulgaria, there was a rich residential district of the Jewish community. The Bulgarian king Ivan Alexander had a Jewish wife, Sarah Theodora, which is a quite unique case of the medieval Christianity world. It is true that she had to adopt Christianity in order to make possible her marriage with the king, who was Christian himself. But nevertheless, she preserved her Jewish name Sarah. Even now, there are Bulgarian folk songs which keep the memory of the beautiful Jewish woman who became Bulgarian queen. During the period of Ottoman Turkish domination, the fate of the Romaniads was not different from that of the Bulgarian Christians. Until the reign of Sultan Bayezid, whose mother was a Bulgarian princess, the local Jews were part of the Raya, the underprivileged layer of society. Bayezid continued the aggressive wars of the Ottoman Turkish sultans that he was well aware of the low technological level. Turkish sultans that he was, yes. This problem was solved when the Spanish king Fernando expelled the Jewish population from prosperous Spain, and Bayezid made a far-fetched move. He opened the border of the Ottoman Turkish Empire for the Jews who fled from the Catholic lands and brought with them their superior knowledge and skills. Thus, the Ottoman Turkish army became invisible for decades of skills. The Jews who came from Spain were known as Sephardic. They spread all over the Turkish Empire. A part of them settled in Bulgarian territory, where they encountered their compatriots who were treated by the local authorities as low class. Gradually, the conservative empire began to disintegrate, which gave a chance of the better educated non-Muslim population for some economic prosperity. This was the reason why so many Jews participated in the national liberation movement during the Bulgarian national revival period. There is an exciting picture painted by Vereshchagin, where was shown the Bulgarian volunteer soldier troops in battle with the Turkish army. He had been a well-known Jew from the town of Kazanluk. Another noteworthy fact is that the first FAR brigade in the Balkan region was founded by Rav Almozino, the Rebbe of Sofia, in 1878. Later, he was elected for the chief Rebbe of Bulgaria, and he had been a member of Bulgarian parliament. The Bulgarian state, restored after the liberation, was the only country of the Balkan Peninsula which opened its borders for the Armenians who fled from the genocide in Turkey. Armenians and Jews live in close neighborhood. The first translation of Herzl's book was published in 1939 by Bulgarian. Therefore, it's no wonder that Bulgaria was the only country in Europe in which the whole Jewish population was saved during the Second World War, in spite of the fact that Bulgaria was an ally with the Nazi Germany. Moreover, at the end of the Second World War, the number of Jewish residents in Bulgaria had increased. In Bulgaria, there have always been numerous ethnic groups. If ever a conflict arose between some of them, it was provoked from abroad. After the war, in 1948, the communist government of Bulgaria did nothing. The Jewish community in Bulgaria nowadays is restoring the tradition, interrupted for more than 60 years. This is the reason that there are some failures in the course of the contact of our Women's Council with some international Jewish organization. But it might be noted that the publication of our newspaper, Evreiski Vesti, in translation Jewish News, has never stopped during this period. I remember clearly the changes in its graphic design over the years, ever since my childhood. Irrespective of the political situation, it was always introduced to the public prominent Jewish individuals with significant contribution to the development of Bulgaria. Hebrew and English language school. From 1926 to 1939, in Bulgaria existed 26 Jewish schools. With the fascist law in 1939, the schools were closed and the buildings were confiscated by the state. In autumn in 1944, the Jewish schools were reopened, and they existed from 1951, when the last Jewish school in Sofia was closed because the big Aliyah. You know that 48,000 people were saved in Bulgaria. Now we have a private Jewish school called Ronald Lauder. The publishing center in the Shalom organization of Jews in Bulgaria was established in 1991. Its activities are focused on the popularization of Jewish history, traditions, and culture. It made the first publication of the book of Theodor Herzl, The Jewish State. The publishing center and the Lauder School are the part of the activities of Becca Lazarova, who is a member of the board of our council. Another aspect of our communal activities which should be mentioned are the children camps, since we pay special attention to our children. There is a summer camp situated at 50 kilometers from Sofia, in the place named Kovachevci, where children from 6 to 18 years of age spend their vacation. They are divided into 4 shikvot. Their madrichim receive special training at the youth center for Jewish non-formal education with the Adracha College project. Thus we can say that there are suitable day and evening programs for the children which help create a base from long-lasting friendship between them. In 1992, the Jewish Historical Museum. In 1998, the Agada Jewish Vocal Group was created under the guidance of composer Benedict Molhoff, who was its artistic director and conductor. The work of the singer Lika Ashkenazi is a contribution to the rediscovery of the beauty hidden of the authentic musical folk preserved for Bulgarian Jews. Her career is focused on the popularization of Jewish song. And she founded two musical groups, one for the middle-aged participants named Dulce Canto, it's sweet song, and Haverim, who is mean friends, for groups in the Jewish school, Dulce Canto. Dulce Canto, there are prominent in 3 compact discs. Lika is also one of co-founders of our organization. She is a member of the Cultural Council of the different ethnical communities in Bulgaria. The other is very interesting, Rosh Chodesh program, swimming club, business club, and talents club. Let me start with the talent club, which initiate Jews who represent different fields of culture. The most interesting event organized by this club was a plein air of Jewish artists. The painting created on the plein air now decorate the 2 buildings of the community, and some of them were presented to the Jewish communities in Europe. Another club is the Rosh Chodesh group. 35 middle-aged women gathered every month to celebrate the day of new moon. The pass to each other, the candle symbolized the torches used to mark the new month and the times of the Synedrion, and pronounce the names of mothers and grandmothers and so on in the family line. It is considered that all those whose names are pronounced are present in the event. Every gathering is concentrated to a specific theme related to the Jewish holidays, and the women take turns to the preparation of respective material necessary for the event. Other prominent individuals are also invited: painters, musicians, representatives of the state archive, journalists. This kind even popularized all aspects of Jewish heritage and culture. Once a year, the group pays a visit to the parents' home in Sofia and holds a meeting together with the people who live there. This year, Rosh Chodesh is celebrating 23 anniversary, and we are happy to share with you our feeling relating to the part of our life. The chairperson of the club is Rosie Berger, who is a member of the board. In 1996, the Manus Bendicios art group implemented the first successful project aimed at restoration of the artistic craft related to different rituals. Most notably, knitting, embroidery, an essential part of the everyday life of Jewish women in Bulgaria. We must stress that the Manus Bendicios art group is a successful project which has won 2 grants for American Jewish Women Federation for aesthetic value and quality of its products and as a future development stimulus. It should be noted that the first person who offered assistance for the project was Mary Lilling on behalf of the International Council of Jewish Women, who visited Bulgaria, the occasion of reconcentration of the Sofia Synagogue. International Council of Jewish Women also contributed to the organization of a training program for women from the countryside. During the crisis year, in recent Bulgarian history, a part of the families who faced serious problems came up with artifacts they produced themselves, reviving somewhat forgotten tradition, and won well-merited appraisal. Manus Bendicios has been founded from Lydia Ozari, Juliana Farhi, and Madlena Bali. Now some words about the Jewish theater. Now we haven't got a Jewish theater, but it was an interesting thing. The Jewish theater at the Shalom Organization of Jews in Bulgaria was re-emerged after 50 years of interruption and is focusing now on popularization of Jewish playwrights. Its artistic director is Eva Wolitzer, well-known actress, a co-founder of our council. The first program of the Keshet Theater is the name of the theater, was a play Sephardic Gardens by Itzhak Navon, the book from Solomon Ansky, and Svetlandia Country from Dalia Ben-Dor. Eva is also one of the co-founders of our organization. The Sephardic Dinners Project 2000, coordinated by Juliana Farhi, focused on the research of family memories through art therapy for elderly people from the community. The materials collected in the course of our project were used for shows and performances demonstrating traditional Jewish holidays, ritual, songs, dances, and cooking skills. The participants are volunteers for music and dance. The objective of the project is a preservation of collective memories and their transition to the young generation. One of the favorite ladies' club is a dance club. About 30 ladies each week have a nice time with dances and friendly talks. The club has founded from Madlena Bali with the dancing tutor Mati Samuilova. Madlena is a member of the board. Mati is a member of the council. This is in short an outline of the activities carried by our community, which was lived for ages in the land of present-day Bulgaria. Thank you.